Welcome back. This is Dre with Yokozo Otaku, and this is a continuation of our My Anime List short review for animes. If you guys haven't checked out the other one, be sure to check out that other video. It's pretty awesome. I've been having a ton of fun doing it. Before we get into it, I'd really like to talk about this really awesome Facebook group that I've recently found. It's called Anime and Otaku Lifestyle. Now, if you guys love anime and you love anything that's otaku related, you got to. You're on our page. You got to. You got to check out this page. It is fantastic. There's people from all over the world, including a very large sect of people from Japan that's on there that you guys can meet and interact with and talk with. They're crazy active at posting. It is fantastic. Absolutely check it out. If you guys are interested, there is a link in the description. Go peep that out. It is awesome. And with that, let's continue the adventure. Now we're delving into the comedy. Now, earlier, I guess I did say that my thing is kind of psychological thinking animes and stuff too, but you gotta love a good comedy anime. Comedy anime is great. So, Arakawa Under the Bridge. We're looking at a guy, he's a corporate business kid. He's always been on top. He's always been the Mac Daddy, the main guy, right? Well, at the beginning of the anime, he actually ends up in debt to someone, which is the hugest thing in his life. It completely ruins him to his core. And you kind of watch the collapse of this guy's mind in just a very hilarious way. Some crazy stuff happens at the bridge, and that's where he lives. I suggest it. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I do suggest it. I've rated it an 8 out of 10. Bakemonogatari. So the Monogatari series is one of my favorites, and like I said, I'm a sub guy, so you will only find this subbed. I don't know if there's amateur dubs out there. I don't know. I don't follow amateur dubs. I don't know what to say about that. I'm not trying to knock on the craft. I know people are trying to get their names out there and they're trying to work on their skills and build themselves up. I don't like them. I do not like amateur dubs. They're no good to me. So I watched this subbed, and this is a series. All of the Monogatari series are animes that I really, really want to get Brie into. I want her to see these so much. They're weird. They're crazy. Interesting things happen. There's like freaking child vampires. There's really just cold women. There's a weird like little boy main character. I don't know how to explain the Monogatari series, but I have them on all here. I've rated it a 10 out of 10. I love it. It's good stuff. Why is it higher than Akira? I don't know. That's probably a little backwards. I think Bakemonogatari or any of the Monogatari should probably be about a 9 out of 10. So I love them so much. Very interesting stories. One of the few animes that I actually own like the toys for, I got them. It's just my thing. I love the artwork. I love the style of the characters. It's very weird. It's a weird mix of things. It's a strange journey to go through. Any of the Monogataris. I don't know that I've even really watched them enough to like fully explain the stories either. It's a wild ride. It's a wild ride. If you guys like those kind of quirky, strange animes, every season just kind of changes a little bit about something. Can't suggest the Monogatari series enough. They're fantastic. I was a little sad the other day because I did look up to see if there ever was going to be any dubs for them ever, because that's going to be the best way for me to get Brie to watch them with me. And the answer is pretty much a resounding no. It's never going to happen. Ever. They'll always be subbed. Japanese only. Good for me. Bad for Brie. We're going into the absolute silliest now. Like this is crazy anime. So we got Banana. And if you haven't seen Banana, you should. The episodes are very short. I rated it a 7 out of 10. It's not high class. It's very, very short episodes. Like I think a bunch of them are like a minute and 30 seconds. They're just super short animes, and it's basically about cats from space that live in bananas, and they do cute stuff. Kind of like a small child show. I've watched all the Banana stuff that they have out there, and Bree's also a big fan too. When she used to work over at Funko, she actually ended up getting like this cool little banana plush thing that we have. It sits on our shelf. It's awesome. I love it. It's just a fun, cute show. You want to turn your brain off and just watch some mush. Like it's like the perfect like I'm up at 5 a.m. Why animes. It really is. It's a good time. So I've rated that one 7 out of 10, and I gave a 6 out of 10 to the other one here. And they're both good. I mean, any Banania stuff is some low key fun. Bartender, rated Bartender an 8 out of 10. This is also not an anime I would normally watch, so kind of a weird story on this one. A long time ago, long time ago, kids, there used to not be Twitch. Twitch wasn't a thing. There was a place called Justin.tv. And it was a lawless wasteland of wonderfulness and beauty. I used to hang out in this chat room that they had on there. I can't even remember the name of it, but it was really good. So the guy that ran it, he used to play anime all day and night. Like it was like almost nonstop. I don't think there was ever a time that there wasn't anime. And I watched Bigata HK there. I watched Arakawa there. And I watched Bartender there. And Bartender kind of took me by surprise. He had told us before he started to play it to kind of temper ourselves that it was going to be a little bit different than other experiences that we had been watching with him. But Bartender was good, and we needed to watch it. And we did, and it was good. It's great. So as the name states, it is primarily centered around a bartender. And the bartender listens to the stories of the people that come into the bar. And that's it. That's the entire summary of it. Now, the best part about it is the nitty-gritty details that they get into. Each client that kind of comes in has a very interesting story. It's good stuff. It's interesting. It's kind of unique in a way. It's just a lot of storytelling through each episodes, and they're done really, really well. And there's just this overall picture of like the role that a bartender plays. Most people, they consider the bartender to be the person who just makes a drink, takes a tip, and just goes about his business while you go about yours. But in a lot of situations, especially like the ones that the anime portrays here, there's a lot to it. There's these nuances, and they're almost kind of like a social worker in a way, or a counselor of some sort to many of these people that come through. So if you like that kind of stuff, it's good. Can't suggest it enough. The first Boku no Hero movie. What can I say? Not much. Can't say a whole lot about it. So the first Boku no Hero movie is typical. It's very typical. It's the kind of anime movies that I hate the most. It doesn't offer a whole lot. I believe, if I remember right, my memory might be a little bit fuzzy. It takes place between a couple seasons. One of the characters is like, I'm gonna go do this. And then we don't see it. And then they come back for the next season and they're like, boy, you sure did that. You did it. And so, yeah. It's just there's a bad guy and he goes somewhere and he trains and he fights a bad guy and the bad guy loses, and that's the end of the movie. Yay, characters, you're strong, superheroes, good for you. 4 out of 10. I didn't like it. We bought it. Felt like I wasted my money. Now the bread and the butter for me. Boogiepop Phantom. Now, this one is the bread and butter for me. This is everything I'm talking about. This is basically like the accumulation of like what I like best about animes. What animes click with me the absolute best. Boogiepop Phantom sits right on top of that list. I have rated it a 10 out of 10. It is crazy. It is absolutely insanity. In fact, I used to rap about video games a long time ago, believe it or not, and I actually made a song for it called Boogiepop Keeps Hunting, and I talked about the Boogiepop and the Manicore, which is they're both characters in the anime, And it's wild. It's wild. And you, in my opinion, you have to be basically a super genius to be able to watch the series from episode 1 to episode 12 straight through and be like, I understood that fully. Because I've seen it a handful of times, and I cannot say that I fully understand this anime. They segment it out very interestingly, so it's not like the normal storyline that you see where you start off at like day 1, and then episode 2 is day 3 or whatever, and it progresses through a normal timeline. This one is like 12 o'clock on Sunday, and then the next episode or the next like piece of an episode could be 9 o'clock p.m. on like next Thursday, and it blends this all together. It jumps around. There's different characters, there's different storylines that are going on, and everything centers around this kind of big cataclysmic event that happens. It's dark, bloody, it's mystifying. There's like demon kind of creatures. I don't know how to explain them best without really getting into it super deep, but there's these like kind of spiritual characters that are around, and these really huge events that are happening, and there's just all these people caught up in it, and it just maneuvers through this story. It's fantastic. I love it. I love it. I actually owned it all on VHS. That I bought from a comic book shop of all places. It was very, very weird. I had to go in there and they rented out anime, and so I would go in there and I'd rent some anime, and then I would always pick up like another volume. That was like my thing. I would pick up another volume of the VHS tapes. Took up a huge amount of room. I still have them. It's weird. I don't know why. They actually have this one out on streaming services now. I was blown away. They came out with what I believe is the, I don't know if it's a sequel or a prequel. I actually haven't seen it yet. It's called Boogie Pop and Others. I have the books for it. There's actually some light novels that go along with these stories, and they put that out, and I was actually really excited, but apparently not excited enough to watch it. And later I saw that they put Boogie Pop Phantom up on there too. So if you guys have a streaming service, I would definitely check and see if it is on there, because that's a thing, and it's great, and it will just totally mess up your mind. And in fact, this is a really, really good one to watch at like 1 or 2 in the morning when you're kind of like hazy and you're not able to like stay awake completely if you're, not a super night owl. And, when your brain's not like completely functioning and you're almost in a half sleep mode, watch this show. It will just, your head will explode. It will be insane. Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop, what can I say? It's a classic. It's one of like a defining classics. It's one of those animes that just came out, and I feel like it resonated heavier with American audiences than anything I saw at the time. It was a Toonami thing, and a lot of Toonami brought a lot of anime to American audiences and became really, really popular with them. And Cowboy Bebop was right there with it. You guys might be kind of mad. I rated it a 7 out of 10. I like it. I don't love it. I think it's good. I think it's interesting. I think it's a lot of fun. But there's nothing in it that elevates it to a high level status to me. I really like the characters. I like the journey that they went on. But it just, I don't know. I often like something just really, really deep with this, and you guys may disagree with me, but to me, Cowboy Bebop didn't have it. But it's very good, and I mean, if you haven't seen it, like, who are you? Like, do you like anime? I don't know. Maybe you're younger, and that's okay. That's okay. That's fine. You do you. All right, so that was it for this week's little romp through my anime list. I hope you guys enjoyed some of my picks. I know I have some kind of controversial ratings on stuff. Guys, let me know down in the comments what you think. I know some of this stuff is pretty wild, and I would love to hear what you guys think about it. Also, is there anything that you guys hadn't heard of before that you're interested in checking out? Let me know. If you guys like the content, hit the like button. It super helps us out. If you didn't like the content, hit the dislike button anyway. Let us know you don't like it so we can work on something else. And if you want more of our awesome content, hit that subscribe button. Yeah, let's get it. Also, check out our other videos. They're good. It's all good stuff here. You guys have a good one. I'll catch you later.